There's a little bit of Alan Blumlein in everything you're about to see and hear.
It's my considered opinion that he was the greatest engineer-scientist that I have ever known. I think that had he lived, he would have been considered the Michael Faraday of our present age. As Schoenberg said of him after his tragic death, there wasn't a single subject to which he turned his mind which he did not enrich.
The next film was made with the microphones beside the railway line at Hayes railway station, and recorded the noise of the trains as they passed the microphone.
This playground of northeast London was a relic of Victorian times. It is, as you see, decorated in the style of the period and stands in a park of almost 200 acres, 350 feet above sea level, commanding a wonderful view over London.
I was standing by to be taken up on the strip, and a wing commander turned up who outranked me. So he went up instead, and I was left behind. Borrowed the company bicycle, cycled round to the officers' mess, and had some tea, which I was in need of. It was a blazing hot June day.
They were in a Halifax bomber doing radar experiments on the afternoon of June the 7th, 1942, when the plane crashed. Killed with Brown were two others from EMI, one of them a very remarkable man indeed, Alan Blumlein.
From Secretary of State for Air, personal and secret. Dear Mr. Schoenberg, it was with deep regret that I learned...
The aircraft took off from Deptford just before 3 o'clock on that very hot afternoon of June the 7th, and never returned. I think we became worried about it because Blumlein had said we'd just have a short flight because we wanted to go on with the meeting. But, you know, after a couple of hours, no sign of the aircraft, and none of the RAF control was not worried about it. They were used to long absences of bombers on distant flights. And I think it was 6 o'clock in the evening before we began to have reports of the crash of an aircraft in the Wye Valley, near Ross-on-Wye. I mean, I was a young man in my 20s, pretty searing experience. One had heard of, we were accustomed to losses and shootings and bombings in the war. When you see it firsthand, the only thing recognizable in the whole of that charred wreckage was the magnetron. And I thought that it would be impossible to carry on. It never occurred to me that this would not be the end of the whole episode. A system which was not working, but oddly enough, although of course we did not know it at that time, almost at the precise moment of the crash of that bomber, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon of June 7th, the Prime Minister wrote a minute to the Secretary of State for Air, and he had been grossly misinformed, as usual, by Charwell, to say that I am delighted to hear very good news of this new device. Would you please give it the highest priority? I must have 200 sets as soon as possible. And there we were without any working equipment, and with all the people who really, most of the experienced people, dead.
There wasn't a single subject to which he turned his mind which he did not enrich.